Hi. Okay, so today is day 44 of reversing my prediabetes and my weight loss journey over 50. And I got some more great news. Today was weigh-in day, and I lost another pound. So I went from 244.6 to 243.6. Trying to get a good, just gonna keep around. Um, well, at least you can see it, 243.6. So that's pretty amazing, even to me, because I'm eating all kinds of good food. I mean, cherry pie, it was gluten-free and sugar-free, but it's showing me just how powerful those decisions were in my weight loss journey. I mean, in the 20 years that I was trying to lose this extra 100 pounds, I never realized how much sugar and gluten were thwarting my progress. I thought I could eat it in moderation. It never worked, but I tried it. I kept trying isn't that something? For 20 years, I would buy a pack of cookies or a pack of candy bars or something fully intending with all good intentions to eat just one a day. And it just never worked that way because sugar is an addiction, not just for me, but for a lot of people. So for me to get past that addiction is great because I can think more clearly about what I'm eating. But to see this weight loss after I've had such stubborn weight loss for so long, I mean, it's been so discouraging. This is great because I am not starving myself. I mean, I go out to eat. I eat, treats. I eat a lot of chocolate that I make myself with unsweetened cocoa powder and stevia. I made the fruit and nut bars. Um, I have chocolate shakes, chocolate peanut butter shakes that I make from scratch. But I've been eating all kinds of good food all week, and I lost a pound. It's amazing to me. It really is. So I hope this encourages all of you out there to just try it. Just try giving up sugar and gluten for a month and see how you feel. I mean, as I've said in other videos, I'm not even really tempted to go back to it. If I lost all my weight and I reversed my prediabetes so extremely that I didn't have to worry about it anymore, I still wouldn't go back to eating sugar, excuse me, because it's so addictive. I've read that it's acts in your brain almost like cocaine, and I really believe that because I just couldn't use good sense about eating it before. It was just so addictive. It's like I didn't have any control. But now I feel, oh, I got a terrible sinus headache. Sorry. I'm doing my best to do this. Um, but now that the addiction is gone, I don't feel that. I don't feel like that horrible desperation to eat whatever sugar I can get my hands on and overeat. I really don't feel well. I'll try to make this quick. Um, this morning when I got up, I mean, I can't believe I'm even doing this because I look terrible. I have such a bad cold and I don't have any makeup on and I didn't do my hair. I mean, I tried, but I gotta sneeze. Passed. Wait, maybe not. Oh, it's embarrassing. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I have some Kleenex somewhere. I think I used it up. Anyway, this morning when I got up, I really intended to make something really healthy because I'm sick and I'm thinking I want to give myself some extra nutrients and bolster my immune system to fight it off quicker. And so I went to the kitchen and I was going to make my spinach egg drop soup because it's not that difficult. But I was just so tired when I went in the kitchen. I just realized I didn't want to stand that long. And the cherry pie was sitting there that I made last night. And that's another thing I want to warn you about. It's probably not a good idea to leave food leaving out because I don't think I'm the only one that when you leave it out and it's room temperature and you're hungry and you see it, it's just too easy to say, oh, well, it's right there. It tastes good. I'll just make that my meal. It is like such a bad idea. It was free and gluten free, so I didn't break my program, but that's not the healthiest breakfast. So, and I had a pretty hefty piece, I admit. So let me show what I ate. Um, yeah, it's not good. I gotta be honest. So that's what I ate. Just a piece of my gluten-free and sugar-free cherry pie. I made the crust from scratch with gluten-free flour, 2 cups of gluten-free flour and stick of butter, and I just cut it in some butter into it and then added ice water and made the crust. My shoulder is not really healed enough for me to roll out a crust, so I kind of hand pressed it into the pan. And then for the topping, I couldn't roll it out for that either. So I just took little pieces of dough and I like flattened it out in my hands like a tortilla and put it in a plate and then cut out those shapes. And that was the top crust. It actually came out really good. It just goes to show where there's a will, there's a way, because I wanted cherry pie. So I made it work. I found a way to make it work. And it also shows, how far we'll go for carbs because, I wasn't feeling good and I just wanted a treat. And then I had seconds because it was so good. I really shouldn't have it. At least that's a little piece. It's not that big. It's definitely not as big as the first piece. So I had that. And then I had to go to the store and I went to a Chinese buffet where I usually go. And that was kind of hard because I'm not feeling good. So it's hard to not want to comfort yourself and soothe yourself and treat yourself when you're sick. It's so easy to find every excuse in the world. Oh, well, just when I'm sick, but I just have a shift in my thinking. When I'm sick, it's more important for me to eat healthy because I need to support my body's fighting this off. I need to support my immune system. I mean, what am I thinking? I'm going to treat myself by making myself sicker? That doesn't make any sense. Before, when I was eating sugar, I couldn't think that way because I was so addicted. I just would say, oh, well, sugar is natural. It comes from sugar cane. I'll just have a little bit. It never worked that way, but I kept thinking it would because that's what addiction does. It takes away your common sense. You just become, I don't know, any reason to eat it. You'll rationalize anything, make anything make sense. So when I went to the Chinese buffet, I tried really hard to eat something not too bad. I had the roast beef and rice. That was the steamed rice. Then I put the gravy on top of it and a little more roast beef. I usually have that with the green beans that are sauteed in like some oil and sesame seeds, but they ran out of it. And so that's a little egg foo young patty, vegetarian, that had a lot of vegetables in it. This is like a really kind of budget Chinese buffet, even though the food's pretty good quality, but they don't fill the empty trays as quickly as they should. So they were out of green beans, so they just didn't refill it. So I just didn't eat green beans. I ate about half of that because I'm really not feeling good. But then I got a plate of fruit for dessert and I ate all of that. And then I got seconds. I got like exactly the same thing with a few honeydew melons. I forgot to take a picture of my seconds because I'm not feeling well. Just was so hungry. I was so eager to get better. I thought, oh, well, it's citrus and it's fresh fruit and it's got vitamin C and it'll get right to work. So take that plate and double it. That's what I ate. And I did eat all of that. I was full after that. I don't feel so bad about eating fresh fruit and things like that, but I still am trying to watch my carbs. I mean, that's so silly after I had cherry pie for breakfast. So I'm going a little easy on myself today. Yes, I ate very carby, but I didn't eat the sugar or the gluten, so I still did well. And that wasn't a bad main meal of the day. I mean, I had the rice and a carby, and I had the roast beef, then I had the egg foo young. I had a little bit of gravy with the egg foo young because it's made out of cornstarch, so it's a little carby too, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, I definitely eat better than that if I felt better. And then when I came home, I decided, trying to feel better, I would have a turmeric shake and I had a stalk of celery. I thought, well, I'll give myself some fiber to try to stay healthy. And the turmeric shake, it really helped me feel better. I mean, I wish it would work a little bit better, but I love it. It's 1 cup of soak unsweetened coconut milk, 1 frozen banana, a 1/2 cup frozen pineapple, some ice cubes, as many ice cubes I could fit in there with the frozen banana, and then 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a teaspoon of powdered ginger, and a teaspoon of turmeric, and a little sprinkling of cloves on that. It tastes almost like pumpkin ice cream. It's just really good. And then when I was at the store, because I had to go shopping after the buffet, that's why I go and make it easy on myself, I found some sugar-free ice cream. And I measured it in a 1/2 cup. To save on dishes, I just ate it out of the 1/2 cup. But I had said I loved ice cream and I couldn't find any sugar-free. Well, I saw some. When I was getting my frozen vegetables, they had this sugar-free butter pecan ice cream. I miss ice cream. It doesn't taste that good, but it's a nice treat. But whenever there's something high in fat or high in calories, I try to measure it because I am trying to lose weight. So instead of serving is a 1/2 cup. So I measured a 1/2 cup and that's what I ate. And like even for cream for my coffee, I measure that. I measure butter pats. Anything that's really high in fat and really high in saturated fat, you should measure and eat in moderation because you don't want to fix your pancreas, reverse your prediabetes, and clog your arteries up. I know there's some people that say that fat doesn't matter if you're not eating carbs, but I I'm just not into that school of thought. I think moderation is important. I mean, I know some people in my family that have kept their weight at a healthy weight their whole life, like my mom. And she eats everything in moderation. I mean, she's never had this, I'll eat fat and not carbs kind of thing. All the people that I know that are healthy and maintain a healthy weight eat everything in moderation. I mean, they don't eat a lot of anything, but they don't eat a lot of saturated fat, they don't eat a lot of carbs, they don't eat a lot of dessert. Just eat a basically healthy diet. So I'm going to try to follow that model. So I measured the ice cream and only had the strict 1/2 cup. It was a little hard, yes, but um, I think that was a good thing. So what I want to emphasize today is that when you're sick and you're not feeling well, oh, my sinus headache is terrible. You have to work harder to eat healthy because it's more important because you want to support your immune system. Oh, my shoulder. You want to support your immune system and help yourself to get better. And another thing is don't leave too much food laying out. Oh, so I'm gonna have to end this because I can't take this sinus headache anymore. I hope I've made a little bit of sense because I feel awful. I hope I feel better tomorrow, but I stay